Hello and welcome. I'm Jeff Stewart-Hosey, Managing Director of PairTrade Finder, and today we're going to have a short video on pair trading on semi-autopilot, and more specifically, what that can do for your trading account. Frankly, this whole video boils down to one question. How would you like high probability stock pair trade signals sent straight to your inbox or even straight to your IBKR account, awaiting one-click execution? How about if these trading signals were from stock pairs that have been selected over hundreds of hours of backtesting, screening, and filtering by former hedge funds professionals to ensure they have a strong chance of success? Let's just cut to the quick for a second. These are the Fast 50 US Equities Pairs trading signals for February 2023, so last month, based on backtest, and we'll go over backtest versus real shortly. And these are the trades that would have happened based on $5,000 a leg. Trades 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For example, on 27th of January, there was an enter trade for ALV where you sold short. You bought long LEA at $5,000 a leg each. That trade exited on February 1st. You covered your short in ALV and you sold your LEA. These are the prices. This was the deviations from mean when the trade happened. This is where it closed out. There were 6 days in the trade and your net profit was 358. Again, backtest. We'll go through real shortly. So what would it have taken to trade these? Well, we're trading 5,000 a leg, so you need 2,000 per pair based on 5-to-1 CFD margin in order to hold these trades. And we put in a headroom of say 25%. That gives you about a 20 grand margin that was required for these 8 signals. So there are eight trades closed. The average profit per trade was $217. There were 100% winners, and the average days in trade was about 14. So the return on the account for February on this margin amount was 8.7%. Not bad. So if those kind of trading signals would be interesting to you, and frankly, we can't see to whom they wouldn't be, let's go into what are they based upon and how you can quickly and easily get started in receiving these and filtering these and deciding whether to trade these. So I'm not sure what kind of trader you are or what kind of investor you are, but there's a fundamental question here that you need to answer, which is why you want to pair trade stocks. Simply, if you're worried about rising interest rates, inflation, recession, unemployment, war, volatility, market crashes, you don't need to be. You can use stock pair trading to profit from any market volatility, hedge yourself against market risk and any big account drawdown. Most importantly, you can generate consistent monthly trading returns and sleep well at night. You can stop worrying about Mr. Market. It's a very quick quote from a recent study that shows that co-integration selection method for stock pair trading strategies give very high returns, monthly excess returns, including transaction costs, greater than 1.3.8% and going up to about 5% over a period of more than 10 years. And these are unlevered returns. Let's just be clear. So if this is really true and you can really do this, why isn't everyone doing it? So the simple response to that question is because it's complicated. It takes a lot of calculations and it takes some pretty powerful software to make it into a simple proposition for a retail trader to take advantage of these alpha generation opportunities. So what can PairTrade Finder, and that's our software, in case you hadn't figured that out, do for you? Well, first off, we make pair trading stocks easy. It takes a lot of work to make sure that that can be done, but we do it for you. So we do that hard work for you to learn to become a consistently profitable pair trader. We handpick and we then allow new subscribers to our software to autoload into PairTrade Finder Pro 50 of our top stock pairs. These pairs will then generate immediate trading signals for you to review. We call these the Fast 50. And most importantly, for those of you who are short on time, PTF Pro will then semi-auto trade these signals directly into Interactive Brokers Trader Workstation if you have an IBKR Pro account, or you could just receive the signals by email and on your screens anytime and trade them into any brokerage account that you use. Now I just want to quickly drill down on what we mean by the Fast 50. They're a curated set of 50 US stock pairs. We generate them from hundreds of hours of backtesting profitability filtering, and fundamental screening of over 2,200 USA companies above $2 billion market cap and $2 million a day daily traded volume. We do that hard work for you. There are 35 industry subsectors represented in the latest 50. That's a wide diversification. There are no repeated tickers. This avoids any kind of position concentration and allows you to risk manage and position size correctly. They are autoloaded into PTF Pro when you subscribe. We launched them to members over the weekend, last weekend. And if you want to see in detail the criteria we use to choose them, there's the web address you need to go to. Okay, great. So what's so great about these Fast 50? Let me take you through very quickly the latest 12-month backtest results for the group, which is why we chose them. Okay, yes, I know this is 2020 hindsight. We're going to look at actual results of previous Fast 50 sets in a second. So this is backtested results 28th February 22 to 26th February 23. Again, these are unfiltered raw signals. We don't do any trade management. This is the closed trade analysis based on $5,000 a leg. That would require, based on our estimations here, about a $42,500 account size to trade them comfortably. What did we get? We got 151 closed trades. They made over $35,844 net profit before margin, and average net profit of trade 238, 140 winners, 11 losers, 93% win rate. Average reward risk 3.0 times. So 93% win rate, 3.0 times. Amazing system to trade. Average days in trade or median were about 14, 15 days. And again, so let's do a quick analysis based on that 42,500 account size. What would this have meant? Well, you got to take out your interest on margin, which is going up every day. That was about 3,800 to hold those pairs. And the net profit after margin, 32,119. That was about 76% over the year on the assumed account balance. It's about 5.3% per month. Over the same period, what happened with the S&P 500 total return, including dividends? Well, it dropped by 7.7%, or about 0.8% a month, which means that the alpha generated by these pairs was about 6.1% in backtest. Again, that was 5.3% net profit after margin imputed per month, but the alpha was about 6.1. Okay, at this point, you've invested 10 minutes of your time in listening to me, and you've seen the backtested results, but as anyone knows, backtest doesn't equal reality. So can we prove it? Okay, so besides the exhaustive academic research that demonstrates the profitability of pair trading stocks, how about some live signals results? Well, let's just go back to where we were last year. About the same time last year, we launched another Fast 50 set. What happened over the first 2 months? Live signal results out of sample trades, okay, that were available for trading from the Fast 50 we launched at this time last year. Well, there were 24 closed trades. There were 19 winners. That was a 79% win rate. There was only a 0.8% average reward risk. By the way, there was one big loser, which if it had been trade managing, this number would have been very different, probably about 2.0 average reward risk. Nevertheless, there was an 11.1% net return, about 5.4% average per month. This is based on 4-to-1 leverage, and you can see the returns analysis and each live signal closing result in the appendix slides to this presentation. Also, please see the disclaimer at the end of this presentation with regard to these live results. So I'm going to drill down a little bit more closely on that. You can look at this in detail, but I just want to highlight what's here in gold. This was we're looking back at the set that was launched at this time last year. So the 12-month backtest to the end of January on that set, this was the February 2022 Fast 50 set, showed 6.6% per month, 97% win rate, and 3.7 times average reward risk. The actual live signals out of sample that you could have traded for the next 2 months. You didn't need as big an account as was assumed because there weren't that many trades, but they generated about 11.1% net profit over those 2 months. That equated to 88% per annum if you extrapolate, and that was about a 5.4% per month return. So 6.6 dropped to 5.4. The win rate dropped from 97% in backtest to 79% in real trading based on 24 trades. There were 19 winners, 5 losers. As I said, there was one big losing trade, which you would have managed and reduced that loss. Nevertheless, these are unfiltered. gave you about a 0.8 times average reward risk. But when you're at a 79% win rate, that's still a great system. And the average days in trade were about 17. So that's how you can see in detail what happened between a back test at this time last year and the next 2 months actual signals. Okay, so I can hear you all saying that's all well and good, but that's just one set. You could have cherry-picked that. The reason we chose it was at a very similar time of year and a similar circumstance. However, let's think a bit more about history of trading systems. In-sample backtests are great, but they have limitations. Out-of-sample live signal results in most quantitative trading systems generally tend to deliver only about 50% of what they did in backtest, not the 80% or so that we just showed you. Nevertheless, we've measured the performance of these signals in a detailed analysis a number of times over the past. And whenever we've done that, we've showed that the raw unfiltered, and remember, these are unfiltered. We're not even applying trade management or other techniques to try and increase reward risk. The live signals from our top 30 Fast 50 pairs has been impressive when measured. So the one we just covered, that was 11.1% in the first 8 weeks. Here's another 3 examples. And one was 17.3 in the first 8 weeks. Another was 9.3 in the first 5 weeks. Another was 11.6 in the first 3 weeks. These web addresses, if you go there, will give you a detailed analysis. We highly recommend that you do that. But what you can see here is you're getting broadly similar results when these fresh Fast 50 vintages are launched, and would highly suggest that there is a alpha generating trading system to be taken advantage of here. Before I take you through what our clients are saying about our Fast 50 sets and using PairTrade Finder PRO to PairTrade stocks, I'm going to bore 1 minute of your time, and I'm going to take you through an example so that you know what a Fast 50 pair is. This is one that's in the latest March 2023 vintage that we're launching right now. Flowers Foods versus J.M. Smucker. They're their symbols. The back test was over 3 years. There were 11 trades. They were correlated at 55%. They were co-integrated. Anything over 0.90 is co-integrated using augmented Dickey-Fuller test. They had a compound annual growth rate of the cash that was allocated to this position and to this position only, i.e. not redeployed when this was out of trade, of 15.22% a year. The max drawdown was 6.47%. Gross profit was $2,866. There were commissions, net profit $2,647. That was about $241 a trade, and 91% of them were winners. There was only one losing trade, which is the one you see here. So Flowers Foods, what do? They produce and market packaged bakery food products in the United States. What about J.M. Smucker? They manufacture and market branded food and beverage products worldwide, and they have very similar businesses and very similar kind of products. We look at them from a fundamental snapshot point of view, and we can see that they have similar betas. Their market caps were pretty close, 7 versus 20. EV to sales ratios were a bit off, but EV to EBITDA, which is one of the ratios that really count, and price earnings were almost identical. The dividend yield on both is almost the same as well, which is great. And Zacks sees them as both pretty equivalent businesses with respect to potential for earnings surprises. So that's how we would choose them. We say these look like really similar companies. We do the back test. You can see the equity curve here. 1 successful trade, 2, 3, losing trade, 4, 5, 6, 7. All of them nice, smooth, bottom left, upper right equity curve, no major drawdowns. This is the moving average of the price ratio between them. And the green line shows you what was the actual daily value of the price ratio. And when the trades were taken, the entries and the exits based on this whole 3-year back test. Usually we look at this in a bit more detail. It's kind of hard to read on this, but there you have every one of those trades in back testing for this Fast 50 pair. So with that kind of result, you would think that people would be pretty happy with our service. Well, we're just going to highlight here. So what do our customers say about PTF Pro and our Fast 50 curated stock pairs? These are all unsolicited, and we get some great emails, and we're very happy to receive this feedback. So if you have any, good or bad, please always send it to us. We use it to try and improve our service and our techniques. We're open to any suggestions, and we take constructive criticism very positively. So here's Mitchell Weiss. I used to manage a prop firm in the 80s. We had over 1,000 traders. We did a lot of pair work back then. You have an excellent program. I've been testing your top 50 pairs for about a month or so, and it is doing quite well. Another one from Chris Stone. I'm amazed that more people are not using your software. I've managed to make 8,000 in the last 3 weeks. I credit that to you, your staff, the great videos, and the excellent software. Let me say that I love your product, and I intend on being a lifelong user. I'm truly grateful. Awesome to hear that kind of stuff. Les Cosiel, just to say how delighted I am with your product. For the first time in 10 years, I'm consistently profitable. Wow. That's stuff that makes us really happy. For somebody to have been trading for 10 years and not have consistent profitability is frustrating, to say the least. I'll let you guys and gals read through this as you like. There's a few more here. There's also about 30 or 40 more on our website. So, feel free to go to www.pairtradefinder.com and check those out. So all that's left for me to say today is I hope you enjoyed the presentation. I hope it helped you understand what we can do for you and the power of stock pair trading and our Fast 50 US equities pairs. So that just leaves me to say, don't wait. Get started today. Hope to welcome you on the other side.